It's working. All right, let's see. We're going to try to learn how to use this thing during the stream, because it's going to be quite a long route. So let's take a look. To quickly display the default nav page from any page, press and hold CLR for approximately 2 seconds. Okay. Alright, let's get back here and it's a little smaller so we can have that on one side and this on the other. Hey Mystical, how's it going? I'm trying to learn how to use this Garmin thing here, so we're gonna try that. I'm all right. It's Tuesday. I'll just turn on the battery, leave the generators off for now, because I just want to turn on the avionics here so that we see this thing. And I'm gonna actually disable the chat right now because on the I want to be able to see this a little better. And this is what we're looking here with Icebird's help. We're gonna figure this out. Okay, we're gonna figure this out, right? I'm just trying to get it lined up here, right there. I'll put a little music on to help us along. Some bossa nova from Giorgio Di Campo, Italian musician and composer, who provides some royalty-free music for us to use here on the stream. Let's figure this out. All right, so I can just click on a bunch of stuff here just to go everywhere. And now to get back, always good to know how to do this. To get back at home, you click and hold clear for 2 seconds apparently. Let's see, 2 seconds. There you go. So we learned to do that. That's good to know. We know how to get to the home page. You know, it's like the back button in a web browser. Very important. One of the most important things in user interface design. Back home, but the home button. So I put a flight plan here via Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we actually have a flight plan loaded up here. First, we're gonna go to a custom waypoint because we're flying to drop off this medic in Neofly here. And I haven't clicked fly on Neofly yet to give us a little bit of time to figure this thing out. But we should already take off pretty soon because it might be a night flight. This plane has nice lights. Maybe a night flight. I don't do those very often. Alright, so what else do we have here on this manual? Okay. Select a different data item for any data field. With the default nav page displayed, press menu to display options menu. Okay, so let's press menu over here. There's the option. Okay, change fields or restore defaults. Okay. Turn the large right knob to highlight the change fields option and press enter to select this option. Okay, so let's change fields. That's already there. We can use this big knob here to move it. Oh, it's a small knob. Okay. I'm just gonna put enter. Alright. And then that thing is flashing up there. Use the small right knob to display a list of available data items. Continue turning the small data knob to select the desired data item from the list. Okay. Oh, and there we go. We can have a bunch of stuff here. We have desired track, we have distance, we have fuel flow. Wow, look at all this information we got here. Bearing. I like bearing. That's always a good one. Okay. Looks confusing as it looks confusing as foxtrot. I agree with you. I was criticizing the heck out of this user interface before, but you know, I'm an amateur of this stuff. Should I change the temperature of the light here? Does that look a little better? Maybe that looks a little better. I got a makeup light, but don't worry, I'm not gonna start putting on makeup. You know, nothing against anyone who wants to wear makeup, but it's a makeup light to light the green screen behind me here. I'll turn on the brightness at least. Yeah, it's confusing as foxtrot, this thing, this Garmin GNS 530. Okay, let's see bearing. Okay, so press enter to select the desired data item and return to the default nav page. So let's press the little enter thing there. Boom! Alright, and we got bearing. There you go, 272. So this is, you can change all this stuff. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, I like bearing. Okay. So let's just leave that on. And I'm not even gonna spend loads of time learning everything. Let's just look at this manual. It's like there's the map page. There's like 2 million options. It's a lot of information. I'm gonna have to go. It's like, okay, it's not too many. It's 22 pages. Okay, it's manageable. But I'm not gonna learn the whole thing now. Okay, I'll just click. Can I click that? Okay, so I click that. And to remember that, I went to, what was it? I went to menu. Change fields, enter, and then I twist this little knob here and we can change, for example, let's say we wanted estimated time of arrival. Okay, enter, ETA. Okay, I click. So you can change, it's all like, it's basically a customizable user interface, this Garmin GNS 530 navigation avionics aeroplane navigator device. I don't know what these things are called. I thought this was the autopilot, this whole thing, but there's probably a proper name for this. I'm just gonna leave a bearing. Okay, we'll go enter and I'll click that to confirm. But my advice for anyone who wants to learn anything is start. You know, you just dive in. I mean, if you're gonna fly in a real airplane and you may have to land, and you might crash if you don't and lose your life, then it's probably a good idea to spend a little longer reading the manual instead of just climbing the airplane and going. Okay, but since we're in Microsoft Flight Simulator here, it's fine for you to just climb in the foxtrot hell. You know, I could say, look, okay, no one's looking here at fucking hell. Okay, we can say words here like that if you want. I just try to keep it less swearing because I have friends with kids and I know that kids swear much more than adults, you know, but who knows, maybe I'm just gonna go nuts with this Garmin GNS 530 and I'm gonna start swearing all stream long. We'll see what happens. God, the white balance is all off in this camera right now because the lighting here in New York is weird. I have one light that's one Kelvin temperature, the other one is another Kelvin temperature, so it's totally confusing. And here, let me go like this. Okay, because my hand point over there. Yeah, my hand is pointing over there. So let's try to. I can try to change this light temperature a little bit. How about that? Oh, that's too blue. That's a little bit more natural. With white balance, you want to try to get natural skin tones, but can't always do it, depending on the situation at hand. Alright. Bloody hell. Okay, terrain page. That's interesting. Okay, let's check out the terrain page. I'm interested in terrain page. Select the nav group and... Okay. Nav group, okay. Navcom page, terrain. Select terrain page, select the nav group and turn the small right knob to terrain page. Okay, so nav group. How do I go to nav group? Let's see. Menu, I think I have to go back a little bit. Man page, select the map scale. We can, this is the range key. Okay, lower map scale, can zoom right into where we are in the airport. Further away, we see we're going to go to that little custom airport, and then from there we're going to go to the only runway in the world, apparently, that's an official runway with an airport code, airport code, ICAO code, Echo Golf Papa Romeo. It's over. It's called Barra. It's not Barra da Tijuca in Rio de Janeiro. It's Barra airstrip here in Scotland. We're gonna, after we drop off the medic, we're gonna head over there. Look, that glitch and it said you went offline. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Things seem okay over here, but yeah, Twitch can be glitchy. You know, there's so many people using this service. I'm surprised that it doesn't glitch more, to be honest with you. All right, but I'm not gonna spend all my time doing this thing over here. I'm going to just leave it here on the default, because thankfully we do have this over here, ladies and gentlemen, and this autopilot here. I can turn it on just to show you real quick. Turning this on and selecting bearing over there, and then coming here to the compass and selecting the bearing we want here will give us just a very easy, simple, easy to use autopilot. That's what we're gonna do. So let's turn this off for now. Okay, I'll leave it open at that page, but I'm just gonna switch off the window capture so we can see the actual video game. We're gonna be flying. The sun is going down in Scotland. Let's click fly and Neofly, and we need a 360 on the payload. So let's do that. We have what, 240? That's a 120 more. So let's give this guy another 80 pounds, so he goes to 200. And what was it, 360 I said? And let's give him a valise that weighs 60 pounds. No, 40 pounds. Mayday, there you go.
Mayday. A plane has just crashed. Bring the doctor to the crash site.
Copy that, dispatch. This is Hypertexthero. I'm going to wait for the doctor to board the aircraft, and I'm going to take off and head for the plane crash site. Over. Copy that. Gonna go on stream on my PC. Awesome, Mystical. I'll see you a little later, man. Have a good stream if you're gonna stream. Hope you're using your computer nicely. I'm just gonna switch to this view, and let's make sure that our game capture and our display. Wait, what is this down here now? That is weird. Okay. Why is that locked? Here you go. Odd. Okay. Very odd. I'll just leave it like that and hope that things work out. That's looking okay. I'll fix that later. All right, let's go. Let us start this up. Power generators on. Before starting the engine, nav lights on. Taxi and landing lights. We're gonna leave a pulse for the landing lights and a ton of beacon lights. I'm gonna turn on the instrument lights over here. Let's see how if it shows a difference at this light level. Should. There you go. And also turn these, the flood ones. But let's just leave it with the regular ones, the instrument lights. Put RPM up here. Avionics is on. Let's get the magneto started. Open that up. Fuel valve on. Fuel valve on. The selectors are okay. Auxiliary fuel pumps on, both of them. Flaps are gonna go down to takeoff. And let's go. Starboard engine has turned on okay. To the port. Port 2 is on.
Good morning, pilot. Bring me as close as possible to the crash.
Manifold pressure checks out. The fuel flow is moving.
Transporter, medic
Port
on board.
and starboard
Go,
RPM
go.
is okay. Our track is going to be almost directly west. You can see by the little map here. Let's get out of here. Parking brake off. Oh, and we're gonna back up because we're on a hill here. I don't know if you noticed, but we're on a hill. This is pretty cool. You can back up with the airplane. You can back up with this airplane because we're on a hill. We start on a hill here in this airfield. Oh, careful! I don't want to blow up with a fuel truck. Remember early on when I started streaming, I saw a fuel truck and I was talking about it. So it's cool that you have these fuel trucks running around. Look at the suspension. Very nice ground handling this plane. I wouldn't mind just driving this plane all the way there if it was a good enough road. To drive down to the runway. Try not to cross the runway threshold. I don't think there's a tower here, but I'll just announce it. I'm gonna take off and depart straight out.
Quebec India traffic, Hypertexthero 1 taking off runway tree 1 straight out departure.
Maybe a night flight this, ladies and gentlemen. We are starting late here in Scotland. We're in live weather, live traffic. Alright, I'm just gonna point that way. We're gonna get down here. I'm gonna put my parking brake off, double check, cross check. We have takeoff flaps, everything is good to go. Both fuel pumps with starboard and port are on. Full power to these light combing engines. And now the parking brake is off and we're rolling. Hopefully I'm going the right way here. Against the wind.
Fly safe, and good luck with the landing.
Copy that, dispatch. Good to be here. I will let you know when I drop automatic. Over. Flap has been raised. We're flying safely, so I'm going to turn the auxiliary fuel pumps off, both the port and the starboard engine. And now, I'll tell you what the exciting thing is about learning the autopilot of this with Icebird's help is that we'll be able to play a little guitar music on the way. I won't have to worry about not crashing the plane not over speeding. We'll be able to do a little custom music perhaps. Oh, a little bit of turbulence there. Look at that. A little bit of turbulence been throwing us around here a little. Oh, look at that turbulence. Look at that turbulence. Nice. Yeah, some turbulent weather up here. Let's adjust sound levels. A little bit less on Microsoft Flight Simulator, a little bit more on the music, I say. And I think there's a way to turn up the brightness in the instrument lighting, but let's turn on the autopilot now, okay? So I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna clear those mountains up ahead there. I think I'll be okay at this flight level. So we are at flight level 2,500 feet. Sounds like it'll be good. Let's come down here to this thing we just found out about, the autopilot. We don't want negative 100 feet, thank you. First, let's get the heading. Okay, let's turn autopilot. First heading. Autopilot is activated. Heading mode. And let's just get ourselves this heading here. Let me just confirm with Neofly what the track is. Almost directly west, so I'm just gonna come over here and I'm just gonna twist this little heading bug until it goes to the west, around there. And now I'm gonna come back over to this side on the autopilot side, and I'm gonna set a heading, and I'm gonna increase my altitude to about 2,500 feet. All right, there. And now I'm gonna turn the autopilot. Oh no, it's engaged, so that should be fine. Ooh, and we're getting on some weather here. Let's go down a bit. Let's lower the altitude a little bit. 1,500 feet, and let's see if this plane does its thing. Now it's fully under control, hopefully, of the computer. It'll be exciting to learn to use this. I'm gonna decrease the mixture. Keep an eye on these arrows here on the RPM dial. I'm gonna decrease the mixture control so that we have more fuel. Until those arrows stop dropping, then I'll know that the power is, there you go, it's dropping out. So, wow, look at that. So we are down at 19%. Hey, yo, Razzie! How's it going? 1-2 boss. Learning how to fly this BN-2 Islander here. I'm gonna descend a bit below the clouds, I think, though. Let's go to negative 100 feet vertical speed, and I think the airplane will descend that way. Hey, wow, Chris, how are you? Good afternoon to you. Learning how to use this Garmin, well, not really that one, but I'm learning how to use the autopilot. This Bendix King Cap 140 here. Well, for the BN-2, I'm a total amateur, so and the weather is coming down here, so and it's quite a longish flight right now. It's gonna be over an hour flight, relatively. For me, an hour flight is pretty long. I think I want to go a little lower, but I'm afraid of the mountains up ahead. But it's nice to learn how to use the autopilot, because then I can, you know, can chill out a little bit. Maybe you can play a little guitar. Look at those cool pulsating landing strobes in front of the BN-2 Islander. And I do want to keep coming back here because I want to make sure my airspeed is staying nominal there. It seems to be good. Autopilot seems to be doing its thing. We got the heading. We're a little bit off. We're a bit further north from our course, but I'll take that. That's fine. Let's just let's see if this actually works. The autopilot is engaged, so let's just try to go to about 259, and let's see if it'll. There you go. It's banking. It's doing its thing. We'll get back on the course from our track. That's a little bit north. We're going to go drop off a medic far northwest of Scotland. Then we're going to take off again, and we're going to head to what appears to be the only beach runway in the world that you land on the beach. That's the runway of the airport with an ICAO code, which is Echo Golf PR Barra Beach, not Barra Tijuca in Rio de Janeiro, Barra in northern Scotland. Looks like AP is set to heading mode instead of nav. I want it in heading. Should I set it to nav instead? Let's try nav. Do I disable the heading then? See, I'm a total amateur at this stuff, so hopefully in nav it'll be okay. And I'm gonna turn off those strobes now, I think, but maybe I'll leave them on. Those are the landing ones. But it's so cool you can turn this on in this airplane. This right down here. The pulsating thing. So if I turned off the pulse, look at that. Then it stays lit. Those beacon light, those landing lights, I think those are. And if I come back here and I turn them off and go back to the outside of the airplane. Oh, up to you. Nav would have it follow the line. Oh, nice. Okay, thanks, Wild Craze. That's good to know. I'm an amateur on all this. Welcome back, YT Mystical. How you doing, Raz? You're flying the real world right now? No need to reply if you're busy, of course, as always. Okay. I'll just keep following the course. It's estimated time on route. That's nice. It's 55.32. And something I just learned about this. Look, if I went here crazy and I tripped and I just put in a whoa. Flying Fabio is flying in with a raid! Opa, atenção, olha o raid chegando! Hello, Flying Fabio! Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome, 1-2 Boss! We have another fellow, a very kind gentleman here from Brazil, very knowledgeable, coming in, bringing in his crew. Wow, I cannot believe this. This is some hype thing here. We're going to have to play a little bit of guitar here. We're gonna have to play a little bit of guitar because I know that Flying Fabio also plays guitar. It's just a wonderful combination of music and aviation, two of my favorite things in the world. Speed on M, thanks so much. Amanius, thanks so much for the follow. The Dalek now is now following. Thank you so much. ESPN 74, Tio Pernas. Red Box with a follow. Kernes, the Dalek Study Bar guy's gonna drive me nuts here. Geek Guy 502. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, ladies and gentlemen. Kilo Zebra coming up with some guitar emojis. Red boxes now. I mean, I'm gonna have to turn this audio capture down. I mean, I don't expect for it to happen over and over again. This is just crazy. Oh my god. Kilo Zebra is now following. This is a record, ladies and gentlemen, 163 viewers. This has never happened before. Tio Pernas, Flying Fabio coming in here. I'm gonna have to, my god, no, this is, I'm gonna get this light here and I'm gonna have to fly. I'm gonna give a big thanks here to Flying Fabio, a saintly action here of all these people. You are all saints. You're the real saints, bringing some much needed hype and much needed follow here. A prayer to all the gods, to all the wonderful the wonderful people coming in here and breaking my stream. Elements. I never expect this to happen. Like I set up this guitar thing. I thought it was kind of cool, but now it's just going pring, 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 and going crazy. Hammer Nails, wonderful to have you with us. Amani US. We've got the Romeo Hotel Tango 341 here. We've got GNLU of the underscore. I think I already said ESPN. I'm gonna come out and check. Yeah, I hope the autopilot's on too. Oh my god. This is nuts. Oh my god, I am just overwhelmed here. Thanks so much. Here, let me pause this little music and we'll just play a little bit of guitar to this stuff. I don't know if the plane is going the right way. Foxtrot, trotting like a fox into the stream. On your panels, there is a here at a time that's another place around Earth. Where is Lisboa? Opa, I'll add Lisboa right now for you. All right, let me put it on the list. Lisboa. More people from speak Portuguese. You can be from Brazil, but you can come from Lisbon as well. A beautiful city, good codfish, I believe. Right? I've only passed by the airport. That's what I heard. I'm trying to electrocute myself, but you know it's a LED light. I don't know what I don't know what the what the chances are from electrocuting yourself in the LED light. Did my sim freeze even though it's still working? Here, in honor of all of you, I had just turned on the strobe light. Let me turn on track IR here. You got me all crazy. I don't know what's going on anymore. In honor of you, I'm going to turn on the landing lights and I'll turn on the pulse to show you this wonderful BN-2 Islander here that does have pulsating lights in the front. I used to fly in these when I was a kid in Brazil. In between Brasilia and Goiás and Bahia. I wasn't the pilot, I was like a little kid, but that's one of the things that got my one, two, jump! Mystical coming over the jumps. What's good is now following. Thanks so much, Rodsku. This is nuts, man. This is nuts. Thanks so much to Flying Fabio. I'm gonna have to come out there and be in touch, and I'm gonna look up every single one of you who are following me. And if you stream too, follows are gonna come back to you. Right now, Tio Pernas, I live in New York City. I'm originally from Brazil, from the south of Brazil. I lived in São Paulo many years, in Brasilia. My dad studied plants in Goiás, in the middle of nowhere in Bahia. So I used to fly with this BN-2 Islanders, this wonderful little airplane here. I used to fly in these little airplanes into the middle of nowhere in Brazil when I was a kid, and that's one of the things that kindled my love for aviation. And Brazil is you know there's a you know they still argue that Santos Dumont was first. I mean, I'm not a big type of competitive person, but they still argue that Santos Dumont was the first flyer rather than the Wright brothers. You know, I go of the Wright brothers, but there's a long history of aviation in Brazil, which is a pleasure to see the Flying Fabio up there on these some of the top streamers in Microsoft Flight Simulators, because there is a long history of aviation in Brazil. Just a big shout out here to Flying Fabio. Hopefully I got that right. I think so. And it's cool that you're not only Microsoft Flight Simulator streamer. Yeah, I like all types of airplanes. You know, I like shooty airplanes too. My first ever flight simulator was Spectrum Holobyte's Falcon, the original Falcon in like the 87, 88, I think. I had an IBM, I think it was 286 or 386, you know. That's how I learned to use computers, is because of flight sims. And you know, even War Thunder, sometimes I get tired of looking at all these little dials and I want to blow something up, and so, you know, I go into some War Thunder arcade action. And flying those kinds of planes as a kid is a good way to guarantee a lifelong passion for aviation. Indeed, it is. It's I had an emergency landing in this airplane when I was a kid. We were flying in Goiás, the border of Bahia, and it was a storm, and there was water coming into it was going in the cabin of the airplane. It was like water coming. I don't know if there was a problem with the airplane or what was going on, but there was water leaking in. So the pilot decided it was a pilot called Cosmo. His name was Cosmo, which is a great name for a pilot, you know. And he decided to do an emergency landing. I've written about it in my website here, and I called it Islander because it's a bit about hydrate. Thank you, Mystical. It's a bit about you know, this aeroplane here, and after that I just 1 second, here you go. And after that I really I think that was one of the bugs, you know, because I was a little kid. I was like 4 or 5 years old, and ever since then I'm always looking at the sky. I don't care what airplane it is. I don't care if it's a frisbee or if it's a rock, you know. Don't throw rocks at any living things, please. Windows once in a while, it's okay if you're a kid, but anything that flies, I'm interested in it, basically. It doesn't look pretty, but flies solid. It does. It's a wonderful airplane. First, yeah, I put in a custom livery here. I was very excited for this airplane because of my real life history with it. So, ooh, watch out! I always get confused. I press a key, and let me just go into the cockpit and make sure that that we're okay here. Because we're in clouds here, I'm gonna get a vertigo, you know? Alright, there's quite a bit of wind coming in, but autopilot still seems on, and okay, there's a slight descent. Vertical speed of 1,500 feet. I don't even know if there's a mountain out there in front of me, so give me a second here. Yeah, that C key drives me crazy. I really often have crashes because I press C to take control of the airplane, and I forget sometimes that whether I have control of the airplane or the camera, and then boom, I roll and it overspeeds. Or let me go up. Let's go up. I'll be more comfortable going to like even like 3,500. I don't know. We're in the northern Highlands of Scotland here. I'm playing Neofly. It is this here. Let me try to turn on. Let me try to turn on a display capture here. I'll show you where we are with Neofly, and basically I'm doing this is my favorite mod for Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you don't know about it, it's neofly.net. It turns Microsoft Flight Simulator into a role-playing game. You have a pilot career, you make money doing missions. Right now I'm doing a mission to drop a medic off here. We are here in the northern Scotland. And after we drop off this medic in this place here where there's been a plane crash or an accident, it links to Bing Maps, to Microsoft Maps. And there's no airfield here. There's been an accident there. So the cool thing, if you like bush flying, you can come with these airplanes. You can land wherever you manage to near the accident. And then you take off again. And after we take off again, I'm going to fly over here, which is apparently the only airfield with an ICAO code. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. That is on a beach. It's Barra, not Barra da Tijuca, the Flying Fabio, not Barra da Tijuca in Brazil, but I love Barra da Tijuca. I lived there when I was a kid too. But it's Barra Island, all the way in the northwest Scotland here. And apparently this is one of the only airplanes, if not the only one, that is a beach that you can land on that has an ICAO code around here somewhere. This is a Neofly. It's Neofly. Neopad is a part of Neofly, and Neopad basically gives you. Thank you so much for the follow, MoggyPod. You're awesome. Thanks so much. You're all awesome. Everyone that followed it, thanks so much. I appreciate it so much. This is unexpected here. So Neopad is a part of Neofly. And what Neopad does is it gives you this this little virtual iPad that shows you where you are. You can also turn it to satellite map, and you can make it big if you want to see it. And it has a few nice features, like it has a little weather tab, the altitude, and you see where you are, and inside Microsoft Flight Simulator it has weather at your nearest METAR, the arrival METAR, and obviously the drop zone where the medic is. It's not a valid ICAO, so it's not going to have it for there unless some farmers radioing in the weather, but or you know some person camping out there. But Neopad is a part of Neofly, has just been added to one of the latest updates. And yeah, one of my favorite Microsoft Flight Simulator utilities, because basically it's like a drape. It drapes a role-playing game onto Microsoft Flight Simulator. Great raid, the Flying Fire. Yeah, man. Granting of Martin, how are you? Who else is here? Let's see. Has Fabio reviewed Neofly? I'm not sure. I think Flying Fabio, it would be awesome if he did a Neofly career. Baja. Who else is here? Okay. Grantiger, good to have you here with us. Amanius on Friday. Okay. Oops. Just saw a video about the Baja Beach Airport. It's a public beach, so anybody can go for a stroll on the runway when there's no airplanes arriving or departing. Hydrate. Thank you, Elias. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, man? Elias speaks straight from Jamaica, ladies and gentlemen. We have a guest from Jamaica here, Elias Speak. I think he lives near St. Mary's or something. The wonderful thing about Twitch and about these multiplayer video games is that we can meet people from around the world. And uh-oh, watch out for the sea key. Look at that weather we're flying here. Watch out for the sea key. Alright, I think the autopilot's still in control here. I get confused. I'm a total amateur at this stuff, so I think here. It's engaged. Okay, I'm just checking out. I'm gonna make sure it's heading and nav. Okay, and I hope we're not gonna crash into a mountain up ahead. I don't think this has weather radar. This is not one of those that other modern twin engine plane. I forgot what the name of that one was. All right, let's see. At Friday, his Splasher 6. Salutations. Thank you, Elias. Love your blog articles too. Thanks so much, Ross Scott. Yeah, I try to write now and again. I used to do more than I do now, but I should do more. I have an article coming up called Everything I Know About Streaming So Far, because I'm a total amateur streamer. And but I'm learning a lot. There's a lot of moving parts, so I'm gonna try to share everything I know with that blog article. It's gonna be, you know, just text with headings, maybe a series of articles, but I'll try to put as much as possible in one. That's gonna come probably at the end of the month. I'm taking a streaming break next week. Finally going on a trip, on a little trip with my partner of Amber here. But be right back. Hypertexthero got some orders coming in. All right, Raz Wasabi here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give some shout out. Raz Wasabi is a cook and a pilot. He's also out there in the Caribbean. Shout out also to Elias Speaks, who's been here the stream for a while. Also in the Caribbean, a very kind a gentleman who we play together sometimes. And YT Mystical, young gentleman in the UK. He's wants to build a new computer at some point and do more streaming. So maybe go give him some follows if you feel your kind heartness can be spread around more. That's my favorite thing about Twitch is these raids. It's just crazy, you know. Just I'm gonna have to look at reducing that guitar noise that keeps coming, or maybe it's all right. I don't know. My pleasure. And Grantiger Martin, also a person I met. I think I was playing Isle2 Strimovic stream. I think he's out in Germany maybe. And some more shout outs here for Icebird for All. This is a wonderful human being who has taught me so much. He's the one who taught me how to use the autopilot in this that I still don't know how to use very well. And of course, one of the oldest friends of the stream here from the Netherlands, Shipa. Did a little bit of streaming, taking a break. No worries, Grant. I forget sometimes, you know. But I'm gonna make sure that I'm going to go and look at everyone who followed here after the stream. If you do stream, I'm gonna come back, give the love back, give the follows back, and keep flying here. You know, keep trying to keep flying high here. I don't usually fly in this weather with this aeroplane, so it's a little bit freaky for me to be in this weather here. I think I'm gonna have to descend, and that's what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you the cool thing about the BN-2 that came out from Black Box Simulations, that it comes with a bunch of liveries. And oh, there, I pressed the C key again. Let's get back. All right, I'm gonna have to descend. So it comes with a bunch of liveries, and they're pretty. And I learned how to, like, I just hacked something together, and I put this together over here, based on one of the default ones. But it comes with like 10 or 15 of them, and the liveries are not just paint jobs. There's also slightly different 3D models. Who's out there? We got XLL or MenLLX out there, and I also have some that are a little bit different. The 3D model, like you have one of a radome in front, which is sort of an Air Force plane for like naval reconnaissance or something, or I forget what the name of those missions are. And so I just took one of those libraries. I didn't do this from scratch, and I added like the 1-2 boss and one of the things here in the stream, and the 1-2 jump on the top, and today is a good day. I like to think that every day is a good day, so I like to bring some optimism here to the streams, and this helps. This library has helped me do it. How do you use Neofly? Do you just open the application thing? Whoa, Ionic 99 de Melo, Ionic 99 de Melo, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Looks like Scotland, yeah, with this weather, right? How far are we from this place? Let's take a look. I am on display capture here. So Neofly, YT Mystical, you drag and drop, you unzip the folder and then drag and drop to your communities folder. I think, no, you don't even have to do that. You just fire it up. You just double click on it. The thing you drag and drop to your communities folder is if you donate to Neofly, then they give you these added 3D models that we're approaching the location. I don't know how the hell we're gonna land in this weather, but we'll see what we can do. And then if you donate to Neofly, you can get these 3D models of, like, you know, people that a crash plane and the ambulance, and maybe a person in on a bed about to be put in the ambulance. People are happy, you know. You're not gonna see any grisly, you know, injured people or anything. It's tastily done. And if you donate to them, it's free, but if you donate to them, you get some extra 3D models, extra sounds. You get events, which in the middle of a flight, you might be diverted in their airport, this sort of stuff. And it has a lot of detail. You can. There's also a survival mode that you can say, okay, if I crash, I lost everything, I have to start from scratch. And there's a sandbox mode that you can pick any plane and fly from any airport. I play more of a balance mode where I start with 0 cash. You have to do missions to get your rank up to do different kinds of missions and then get more money. And once you have enough money, you buy a plane. If you bought a plane outside of Microsoft Flight Simulator, you can add it to the database. There's instructions on how to do that. You go to the settings here and you just you put in type, engine, qualification, range. Like to fly 2 engines, I had to do a qualification test. So it has a lot of stuff built in. It tracks your progress. It has bonuses for, you know, turning on the landing and taxi lights before taxiing and before landing. A bunch of stuff that goes over my head a bit because I'm a total amateur digital pilot here. But warmly recommended. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, Microsoft Flight Simulator mod. And it's amazing. It's free, you know. It's I mean, you can pay more, and I encourage you to donate or become a patron. But it's you can play it for free. It's available for free if you want. Where's the plane? I can't even see the plane now. Look at that. I can barely see the plane in the weather here from the drone view. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's start thinking about descending here. Let me center thing in pulse track IR and drink a little bit of water. Do you put any of the Neofly in the community? No, you don't. That's my mistake. You don't have to put any of Neofly in the community folder. All you have to do is fire up Neofly. You just start it, and then you start Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it should automatically detect Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you want the satellite view to appear, it's gonna be a little bit more involved. You're gonna have to get a Google Maps Bing key, and I think for the Neopad, you have to put something in the community folder for this thing to appear. But I don't remember, to be honest with you. I just don't remember because there's been quite a few updates recently. And this is another very useful thing. In the beginning of your flight, it gives you, you know, the track, the bearing you're going to fly at, directly west in that case, 270 degrees. And yeah, to make like this, to get this weather data down here, you have to get a weather key from a different website. I forget where it's from. So if you want a bit more of the detail in it, there's more things you have to do. 6 minutes estimated time en route. We're 13 nautical miles away. There's no airfield here. It's an accident. We're going to have to descend and land. We're currently 77,000 feet. I better start descending, okay? Chupernas. Larger than life. Hello. How do you like the Islander? I love the Islander. Larger than light is probably my favorite airplane in Microsoft Flight Simulator right now. But the reason for that is partly because I flew in these planes as a kid. When I was a child, I flew in these planes with my parents. My dad studied plants, endemic plants in the Cerrado in Brazil. So I flew in this airplane. When I have pictures of myself in this plane when I was a kid. So I was so excited to fly it in a simulator. And one of my favorite things about the latest update here, I'm going to turn off the autopilot. I'll just do it like this. One of my favorite things of the latest update of BN-2 Islander is these little wires here. They move, you see? Like they move with the gravity. That's a pretty nice little touch. new sound, more sound. The new W Wave Wise sound engine update is coming at the end of this month, apparently. All right, let's descend. I'm just gonna fly it. I'm gonna. Let's go. Let's engage the autopilot, and let's go down. I'm gonna have to do this manually. I asked because that's because my second favorite plane at the moment. Awesome. Which one is your first, if I may ask? Chupernas, yeah, okay. Different downloads. He's talking to YT over there. Awesome. Yeah, I use a SimConnect. I also have, I'm gonna fire that up right now. I also have Sim Toolkit Pro, and I use that. I also donate to Sim Toolkit Pro, another wonderful utility. And Sim Toolkit Pro I mainly use for this thing, the Sim Toolkit Pro bot just joined, and then you can get a landing rate guess. Okay, hopefully I won't crash while I'm doing all this here, but we'll see. All right, so you can go information on how to do a landing rate guess. I'm gonna try to land. It's probably gonna be a crash. Okay, this is spoiler alert. This is likely gonna be a crash in this weather, unless I can see below these clouds, but. I only use Sim Toolkit Pro for the bot, the landing rate guess. Just saying, number 2 in the directory, my guy Slayer. Well, that's because you know, Flying Fabio, another what a kind gentleman that I've learned a lot from. I learned about the squawk quotes from him on his stream the other day. He came in of the raid, and that's what happens. I was gonna have a relaxed afternoon stream, you know. I mean, it's still relaxing. I'm relaxed. Let me put some music here for you all. It's a melancholic bossa nova in honor of the Flying Fabio and his crew here coming into the stream. Oh, you did come in of the raid. Awesome. We have to do the fly with friends in Neofly when you get back from vacation. I would love to do a fly with friends in Neofly. There is multiplayer in Neofly. You can share the rewards, and I think it's unlimited people. I don't think there's a limit on how many people there is. I'm not sure. Man, Flying Fabio, what a guy, dude. He plays the guitar. He flies the airplanes. Kind-hearted gentleman of a lot of knowledge, sharing that knowledge. Just a wonderful, wonderful human being. I've learned a lot from Forder Learn to Fly as well. I've learned from CDL, the first raid I ever had was CDL. C208B. If you would like a shout out here, you're a streamer, just let me know. But I will be going through every single one of the followers. Thanks so much for that follow, Larger Than Life. Thanks so much, I appreciate it. Larger Than Life. Alright, let's try to Whoa, Nomad 1701! It's a record here today, ladies and gentlemen. You are taking me up high to the sky while I'm trying to descend over here for this landing. We are still... I'm gonna disable the autopilot. I'm just gonna try to... Oh my god. Mia Unknown, thank you for the follow. All right, let's go down and let's keep an eye out for mountains. I don't want to crash to a mountain. I don't know what's down there. The weather is horrible here. At least there's still some light. The sun is going down, and maybe we'll be able to see some sunlight streaming from below the clouds if we manage to get under them and don't run into a mountain here. Have to remember to keep away from the yellow area there between 140 and 180 at all knots in the BN-2 island. Danger. I've lost like 3 or 4 planes. It wasn't anywhere near 180. It was like between 140 and 160, I think, and I got the Microsoft Flight Simulator game over screen. Overstressed the airframe. It was very disappointing. So that has happened to me. I learned good too in terms of economy. Yeah, very good. You know, I'm like my mix is down like 19% or something, 18%. Engine still, you know, I have the power cut now to try to control the airspeed, but she is a darling, this BN-2 Islander. She will take you far. She's gentle. She, you know, the only thing that's caught me out is the overspeed here. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's probably a bug between the headphones here. That's where usually the bugs come from in my life and my streams. You're ranking them by usefulness of on-air. Oh, copy that. Talks larger than life. This morning I flew a Savage Gravel in weather like this, and Neofly failures called me to crash because of an object on the runway. Oh no! Posture check. Thank you, Elias. Keep that posture up. I'm running here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on a standing desk right now, so I'm thankfully I can move around a little bit, give a little more energy to the afternoon stream. I haven't had one of those failures at Slayer T. I have them enabled, I think, but I haven't had one yet. I try to keep my hull above 50%. You do have to take care of your engine, and you have to pay to put fuel in the plane and overhaul engine and do all that sort of stuff in Neofly. You have to look at that too. No, it's like one click, but it's nice that it gives you the option to. It's like a role-playing game of being a pilot. You know, you have the cash, you have the experience points, you have the ranks, you have the missions, you have the quests. It's basically Neofly turns Microsoft Flight Simulator into a role-playing game. I fly bush flights just for fun, and I said the P-828R is fantastic, but flown it only for a week. Awesome. Were you the one who just said that BN-2 Islander is the second favorite airplane? I forget if it was Slayer or if it was you larger than life. And I asked which one is the first airplane. I might have missed that. I'm sorry. The chat's moving a little bit fast here. Come in after a flight on the rollout only to hit a 20-centimeter ledge across the runway. My problem in Microsoft Flight Simulator is that some of the airport runs have massive discontinuities if you have photogrammetry enabled. Really, the photogrammetry causes that? And it actually damages your plane? Okay, let's keep an eye on the altitude here. Look at that. We're below 3,000 feet now. I mean, judging by the map, we're over like water here, so we should be, you know. I'm gonna stay on this course. The first is, oh, C208B. Copy that, Large Life. Thank you. C208B, is that the Caravan? The Cessna Caravan? I have not flown that much, if that's the one. Oh, you set yours to high. Okay, that's in Neofly, right? You can do a setting. Cool, yeah, I have to fly the Caravan more. I haven't flown in much, but it looks like a beautiful airplane, you know. I think the developer of Neofly flies that one a lot. There's humanitarian missions in Neofly. And, you know, you fly into... I mean, yesterday on the Flying Fabio streamed, I joked that, you know, squawk code is what you put in so that identification friend or foe so they don't fire a SAM missile at you. Okay, I'm at 1,000 feet. I still don't see a thing, ladies and gentlemen. But Neofly has missions where they will fire surface-to-air missiles at you when you're delivering humanitarian supplies. So it actually happens in Neofly, apparently. Alright, I have no... Oh, jeez, look at that. I see something over there. How the hell am I going to land in this? Oh my god. Alright. I'm going to have to go to outside view here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to turn on Neopad. You know, I'm not a full real flyer that only flies from the cockpit. I do fly from outside too, and I'm flying in northwest Scotland, dropping off a medic in almost zero visibility here. I have never, and and here comes the raid, and I have to fly 2.5 nautical miles from this little thing here. I'm gonna go to the right side. I'm gonna try to stay over the water and try to get as low as I can. And as long as I land 2.5 nautical miles from where the accident happens, I should be okay. Define VFR conditions here, yeah. Also, Neolord developer is helpful himself in showing new stuff on the Discord. Feel more like a paid add-on and not free. Yeah, no. Oh, here we go. There's the accident. Do you see that? There's some sirens over there. There's the accident. So I should land anywhere here. Should be fine. I think it might be on the water, the accident. It might be on the boat. But how the heck am I going to land here? I can't see like 10 feet in front of the airplane. Let me zoom in here. Okay, this is a big field. I'm just gonna go by that map. Copy. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take a little 53 viewers 1-2 boss. It's the Flying Fabio Icebird. I'm gonna have to try to concentrate on this landing, not to crash here. Almost like spoiler alert, this will likely be a crash. All right, so, oh, look at that. And this is the cool thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator, the changing weather. It changes like momentarily, you know, you can be flying total zero visibility and all of a sudden there's a little break. There's a little break on the mist here. We're turning. I don't care about the comfort bank. Sorry, medic, you're gonna have to try to remain as comfortable as you can. I'm gonna put the full flaps and we're just gonna try to do this by feel here from the outside view until the last second. I'm gonna have to go down one more time to try to get below this mist because look at this, I can't see anything of the mist. I can't see almost anything of the mist. Okay, full power to the engines. Oh, mixture full up. Oh. And then let's turn on the auxiliary fuel pumps both for port and starboard. Watch out. Watch out. Chupernas. Grantiger Martin, Iceberg for all. Kilo Zebra. The Flying Fabio. Thank you for the raid. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much, Runty Boss. Alright, here we go. I see the sirens over there, but I'm gonna have to keep turning over here because I have to get a little bit more space. I want to aim at those sirens. Who the heck decided to send this plane over there? I mean, it was far away, so that maybe they didn't know what the weather was like. Okay, I'll give dispatch. Dispatch, you're gonna have to like buy me quite a few drinks after this mission. Just be advised of a very bad weather over here. Hypertexthero 1. Got your pilot made awesome, YT Mystical. Someone else coming in here to Neofly, to Microsoft Flight Simulator. YT the Mystical. Alright, here we go. We're gonna descend here in between this foggy break on the bank here. And we're gonna aim towards our destination. I think the landing lights are on already. I hope they are. I can't see anything. Alright, we managed to get a break on the fog. Let's just go down here,
Transporter from dispatch. You did it. Nice. Secure the plane with the parking brake.
One, two, bus! An applause for I wouldn't do it without you. An applause for Flying Fabio. An applause for everyone who's here with us. I know that sometimes the applause can drive Iceberg crazy, but come on, you have to have an applause for this one. Wow. I'm gonna slow down here. I'm gonna slow down here with the brakes before I reach the end of this. By the gods, okay. Okay.
Dispatch from Matt. I'm on my way.
Amber's like, what the heck's going on? Let's go take a look from the outside to show you what Neofly gives you. By the gods, ladies and gentlemen. By the gods. Alright.
Transporter from dispatch. Good job, pilot. You saved a life.
Look at this weather here.
Find a way to come back home.
Let's go see who we saved. I think it's someone over here. Here they are. Look at that. The ambulance drove into the water. Wow. You know, I won't make any commentary about who's driving this ambulance. But it's like the Ghostbusters ambulance. It doesn't have all the stuff attached to the back, but it does have this guy that we nickname a Scarecrow because I have a Batman fan over here. And he has a bit of makeup on, and this is the stuff you get for the Neofly. Let me slow down this drone camera that gets a little too fast. There you go, nice and slow drone camera, there you go. This gentleman over here, we nicknamed him Scarecrow. Jesus is driving the ambulance, driving on the water. That's right. Look at that. And they sent the ambulance all the way from the United States, you know. Wow. All the way to Scotland, all the way across. It drove across the Atlantic because it's probably a VIP, a very important person in this. I think it's a Cessna 152 that crashed over here. So these are some of the Neofly. Another shout out to Neofly here, in case you know, this is what I'm playing here. Very kind developer, wonderful. A shout out to Icebird here. Also, one more shout out to Icebird because it's a great friend of the stream, and he streams too. He likes, very knowledgeable of all sorts of aviation. He taught me how to use autopilots. My first ever long stream, a 20-hour thing, CDL's Perth to Australia race. Icebird saved my butt because the airports didn't have lights. I couldn't see the airports, so Icebird spawned in and lit the runway for me. But look at that weather. All right, let me go back on the chat a bit, and I'll leave you with this view here momentarily, and see if there's any questions that I might have missed. I'll leave you with this gentleman over here. There's the pilot. I assume it's the pilot. Maybe it was a guest. All right, it's the director of that wonderful film Nomadland. What was her name? Great film. If you haven't watched it, Nomadland won the Oscar, and deservedly so. I think a wonderful film. The Undead Woman. Yes. Yeah, we make jokes about zombies on this too sometimes. All right, did I miss anything? Sheepa, how are you doing? Did I miss anything on the stream during this? Okay. Kilo Zebra. Yeah, I was talking about the runways. I didn't know photogrammetry affected how you move on the runways. That's pretty crazy. It's easy to... The Caravan is easy to fly just like the Islander. Interesting. I have to fly the Caravan more. I am flying right now. I had shown here on... here. North of Scotland. Our destination is going to be to Baja. If I manage to take off from here, I'm going to take off now. I delivered a medic over here to near Kinlomoydart. And now we're going to take off. We're going to cross the Sea of Hebrides. And we're going to go here to Baja Island and land on apparently one of the only airports with an ICAO code that's a beach. It's going to be a night and bad weather. Who knows if I'll be able to make it to there, but... Alright. The runway environment lighting. Thanks for the lurk, Elias. There's a police car also, that's good. What else? Granted, there's some donations and functionalities only. The core will also remain free. That's two parents coming up with some information about Neofly, I believe. Yeah, I've donated twice. I want to become a supporter of Neofly's Patreon. They need to have a slightly lower tier for me to be able to afford it, but I do plan eventually to become a supporter of in a Patreon as well. Let's see how my PC runs its YT Mystical. Yeah, I hear you, man. This is I mean, it has a lot of options. Funnily enough, one of the things that cause most slowdowns for me is the network. If you have live everything, it slows it down, and by cities, of course. All right. I shouted, "Oh God," got loud in my living room when landing came into sight. I'm glad, the Kilo Zebra. I can't believe I landed. I'm happy that there was a little break on that mist. I was lucky. I was sure I was gonna die. I was gonna crash in front of everyone here. Don't make Amber afraid. Amber closed her door properly with my 1-2 bosses and everything. Better than I was expecting. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. How do you start a mission? Basically, you go like here. You put in a place where you want to start. Okay, on the top here. You put a ICAO code, and then you make your in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You're flying the same plane, probably a Cessna 152 if you're starting out of Neofly. Make sure you're in the same place, and then you click on this little loop over here, find missions, and then you select the mission, you right click. Like in Windows, a lot of stuff is hidden behind right clicks, so you right click and you go fly, and then you're gonna have to follow the instructions there and make sure all the lights turn green, like your weight is right, you're at the right airport, all sorts of stuff. Right now I'm going to just fly. I'm gonna take a bearing of roughly, what's that, probably about 280, 290 degrees, and I'm gonna fly. This is not going to be a Neofly mission, it's going to be just a flight to Baja Island, because that's where I want to end it today. So I'm going to cross the Sea of Hebrides here. That's what I'm going to do right now. It is confusing, it took me a while to, and I still confused by Neofly, but it's fun once you get the hang of it. The field flooded. Maybe curious about Neofly, might give them more things to do. It's my favorite by far mod for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So only for the 3D extra models should you donate to Neofly. At 3D models and events, you have this thing called events that you might be flying, and you might get a call, and there's a radio call. You hear a sound file like, by the way, Captain Hypertexthero, whoever you are, the person in your plane is wanted by the authorities and you have to divert to this airport, or the person flying your plane doesn't want to get caught by the authorities, so you have to divert to this airport, and all this other stuff. In the middle of your flight, you have to change course, or so that's what you get for events. And you also have forward base of operations. I don't know what that's about. I've never tried that, but that you get for donating as well. Oh, here you go. Yeah, Chill Pernas helping me out here, summarizing it all. Thank you, Chill Pernas. An applause for all the chat here. Thank you so much for being here, and of course for the Flying Fabulous raid. You are awesome. Thanks for dropping by. Making my Tuesday here. You can skip FBO. I haven't even tried it. And you can use filters if you want to bother managing. Okay. Awesome. Icebird here for LS runways. Land at airport, do refuel, and then go on our arrival. Yeah, there's a lot of options. Right now I'm going to take off. I'm going to take up probably around a 290 track. Try to hit probably a 290 will get us probably to Baja Island. If I can take off, let's see. Let's see what happens. Alright, let's move. Goodbye, accident scene. Maybe the weather will have cleared a little bit. That's one of my favorite things about Microsoft Flight Simulator is the changing weather, how fast it changes. Look at that, it's cleared up. It's cleared up. We can see where we're going to take off from. The BN-2 Islander, a wonderful short takeoff and landing capable aircraft with 2 Lycoming engines. I forgot the model name. Let's go. Thinking of having a look at it once my hype for Nordics update fizzles out. What is Nordics? I don't know that. Let me hydrate a bit here. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. I hope your week's going well. My week's going very well, especially now. All right. Right click, disable the preview. Let's make sure that everything is in the right place here. My fuel pumps are on. Let's put flaps to... whoa, okay. Let me get my track IR head a little bit down here. When I'm standing up, sometimes it gets off. Okay, let's put flaps to takeoff position. Oh, cross check. Yeah, that's looking pretty good there. And the auxiliary fuel pumps are on. Mixture is full. And let's go. Parking brake is off. Power to these Lycoming engines. And let's taxi her out of here. Wow, she's rearing to go, this airplane. She moves fast. Let me turn on the volume a bit for the airplane. Stand by. Thinking, I'll be right back. As you land, we can see. Oh yeah, I managed to land, Rose. I don't know how, but it was tough. The weather cleared now, but you could barely see anything when I landed. So if I wanted to do a mission from Newcastle, I'd have to go in-game to Newcastle. Yep, you go to in-game to Newcastle, and then in Neofly, you put the code of the airport in Newcastle. It's a 4-letter code in Neofly there as well. Oh, next world update is Nordic countries. Oh man, yeah, that'll be awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I hope they do the whole world. I hope Microsoft Flight Simulator does the whole world. I want Brazil. I want Brazil because I want to relive some of my childhood flights.
And good luck with the landing.
Okay. Very strong wind coming from the direction. I think a speed of 54. Golden speed for the, basically the do-it-all speed for the BN-2 Islander is about 64, 65 knots. The little blue mark right there where we are right now with the knots dial. We are up safely, so we can turn off the auxiliary fuel pump for the port engine and for the starboard engine. We have plenty of fuel, but we'll mix it soon. Oh man, Nordic countries coming next. We have an F-18 coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's such an exciting piece of software. It's just a work of art. The Sobo Studios has done such a good job, I feel. my main complaint is I want a F3 view, both the tower view and the flyby view back, because to do a flyby you have to like have 6 arms to drive the drone of this. I want the old school press 1 button, you have a flyby view from the original, from the past Microsoft Flight Simulators back. But you can fly around the world, it's moddable, people can make airplanes. Let me see if I'm going the right way. I am going the right way, look at that, I just took off, you're already going the right way. Alright, let's put heading mode, let's put autopilot on, let's turn on heading, let's turn on nav, and let's leave it right here. I want to stay flying low so I can see the ground here. We are at about 1,000 feet. Oh, I think am I going back to the other one, or is it trying to get, I think it's trying to get back on track. I'm going to embarrass myself because I can barely use the autopilot. I've only learned with Icebird recently. Let's stay about 800 feet because we're getting close to the sea here, and then I want to stay below. Thanks Icebird for the hydrate, stand by. I just want Tango November Charlie Alpha to be updated. I'm not sure which airport is that, but that sounds good. There's nothing like flying in an airport that you know and seeing it look like it does in real life in the flight simulator. Oh, there's that C key again, the killer C key. Oh, my flaps are down. What the heck? The killer C key. Let's get back on course here. Hey, Icebird for All, he gave me a call and he said, hey, Jimmy, they're calling you over in the stream. They want you to come and talk on the stream. So I said, hey, Icebird, you know, I'm a little busy. I had to go to the lavanderia to pick up some clothes here in New York City. I had to meet Charlie. I had to meet Carbone, and Frankie was, you know, I have to give him a call in California. But hey, you called me, I arrived. It said enter Jimmy Boss. You know, I'm Hyper's alter ego, and sometimes I come in when people call me over here. Let me disable this autopilot and go to manual sometimes, you know, you gotta get things into your own hands. You can't just always depend on computers, otherwise you go crazy, you know. The computers are gonna be like the end of human beings if you're not careful. Don't forget to keep your humanity, Icebird. That's a tip from the boss. That's a tip from Jimmy Boss, and be the boss of your own life. That's another tip for you, 1-2 boss. Jimmy Boss entering here to stream briefly, courtesy of Icebird for All, ladies and gentlemen. Raz Wasabi said, oh! Whew. You see that? I almost augured in. Bloody hell! If I wasn't watching the game here. Look how low this mist is. We could try to climb over it. I don't know what the METAR is over here. Wow. Okay, that was close. We got ESPN 74 up ahead, ladies and gentlemen. 201 feet altitude. Also trying to stay below this mist. I'm just gonna keep going from flyby view here. Thanks, Icebird. My heart rate is at 100. Okay, I'm gonna climb here because I'm gonna end up crashing if I stay this low until I get to the sea. You know, I mean, but the problem is the sea. At the sea, like it can be even worse because the water kind of can give you vertigo and throw you off. Chu Pernas, YT Mystical, there should be a menu on Microsoft Flight Simulator in-game toolbar. I'm gonna leave. Thanks so much, Chu Pernas, for helping out YT Mystical here while I'm trying to fly in very zero visibility weather here. Let's try to climb, people. If I can't see where I'm going in the bottom, let's try to climb and turn on autopilot. Okay, I'm gonna go full power here. And I'm gonna turn this thing on again. Stand by. Autopilot on. I'm gonna put a heading. I'm gonna put nav. And the thing is, am I going to the right waypoint, or is it still no custom eGPR is still correct? Okay, it's turning a little bit because it's trying to get back on the track there on the magenta line, on the course. All right, and I want to go up let's try to go up high here. Let's see if we can see anything at 5,000 feet, if that gets over these clouds. Yeah, thanks so much, Chu Pernas. Portuguese, that means uncle legs. Awesome. And Chu Pernas, I'm just taking a quick look here. I am going to do this to everyone. There you go, follow to Chu Pernas. All right. And a big shout out here. I always like to give shout outs to people that help out, you know, other people. So thanks so much, Chilpernas. And I will be going in through everyone who follow here and checking out if you're a streamer. I'm going to keep coming by and visit, I promise. How is it looking from the outside? Let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. One tip for the C thing that I do, like so you don't like turn the airplane by mistake from the outside view, is I always go zoom first. I go plus minus, and then if that's working, it's like, okay, I'm in camera view, then I start moving it. But it is tricky. I can see some land there. We are over the water now. Beautiful flying machine, the BN-2 Islander. I usually say it's a cross between a seagull and a space shuttle, because from the outside it looks a little bit like the beak of a seagull, and it looks kind of a friendly airplane, you know. It kind of looks, it's almost like smiling, you know. It's like a smiling machine. And then from the inside, oh, we're going down now? What's going on here? And then the inside, the cockpit here, this thing here particularly looks like a space shuttle cockpit. So for me, it's a cross between a seagull and a space shuttle. My pleasure, Chupernas. Yo, Hypertexthero is doing big things today. How are you, brother? I'm not doing anything big. I'm doing good, Joey. Thanks for dropping by. And I just got raided by the Flying Fabio, and that's what's going on here, okay? And I'm trying to learn to use this autopilot. I'm gonna disengage it now because I'm gonna end up crashing. Let's just try to climb by ourselves here. This livery is my own custom livery based on the default white livery of BN that comes with the BN-2 Islander, and I just put in some little hearts on the top. I put in today's a good day to fly and Hypertexthero. If you're interested, I did do a brief tutorial on how to do it, but I should do another one on how to make your own liveries using a Photoshop clone that's available online, and it's not too difficult. I can do that maybe tomorrow. And if you're interested in this library, you know, I'd be very happy to send it to you. No problem at all. I mean, it has Hypertexthero on it, so you'd be advertising for me, but I can teach you how to change it to put your own thing. Or, you know, I always learn from other people and I try to give credit back. So I got this library. It's based on a default Neofly library. I mean, Neofly BN-2 Islander library. Wonderful, beautiful airplane. And we're climbing here. Vertical speed is at 15. I don't know how to use this autopilot to give. Let's just put heading without nav. Let's try that. Keep this heading, and let's turn the heading bug the other way to keep our bearing over here. About 300, I think. All right, and now let's try the vertical velocity positive, please. 300 maybe. And altitude I'll leave at 5,000 feet. We'll see if there's a break in the cloud up there. Oh. Airspeed. Airspeed? Hey, Sheepa! Thanks so much for the bits, man. Awesome. You can do ILS approach too, full IFR capable of this. I have no clue how to, I mean, I have a clue how to do this. Years ago, I used to fly Falcon 3.0 and those games, and in those you had ILS approaches. I've watched the Forder Learn to Fly stream. Here's a shout out to Forder Learn to Fly. Learned a lot from this gentleman as well. About ILS, but I haven't actually tried it yet. I wanted to also do a shout out to CDL here, because he was one of the first people who ever rated me a wonderful, and Sheepa here doesn't stream often, but you should go check out you should go check out maybe he'll start streaming Elite Dangerous or he started playing Microsoft Flight Simulator recently, drawing me on some flights. You're gonna make me rich here, Shiva. I'm gonna go buy a beer and or a coffee, and this is gonna be on Shiva. And Joey Bolo coming in here with 100 as well. Thanks so much, Joey. Thanks so much, Shiva. Oh, airspeed was... Oh, thank you. Thanks so much, Nomad. Whoever was telling me about the airspeed. Okay, that's dangerous because I've several times in this plane, about 4 times in this plane, I got the Microsoft Flight Simulator. My God, you guys. Microsoft Flight Simulator is a game over screen. If you're up above 150 here, be careful. You might get the Microsoft Flight Simulator game over screen, okay? And look at that, we're climbing. Shiva! 1-2 boss! 1-2 jump! I should turn off 1-2 jump! Just have to make sure. Amber's like, I'm in a meeting. What are you doing, you know? Thanks, Nomad. I appreciate it very much. Where are we? Let's take a look at the Neopad thing. That's true. That's true. Well, she's the money maker now. You know, I'm unemployed since April last year, but I learned a lot about streaming. I learned to broadcast, so I've been trying to put the time to good use. You know, golden age of flight simulators, golden age of video games. So many great video games coming out. So many great flight simulators are now. It is a golden age for this hobby. SJ Fly 2, thanks so much for the follow. 1-2 boss. Joe, call the doctor. With the help of your friends, with a little help from your friends, you can do anything, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful friends I've met here at the streaming that it just made the whole pandemic, the whole isolation, so much better. So much more endurable, you know. And I'm just lucky. I'm lucky to be able to play this video game. I know there's people out there that, you know, are not so lucky, and my heart goes out to them. And I just feel privileged and lucky to be living at a time that's been this transitional time from when we had like little pixels on the screen, you know, like with like monitors that were one color, to like photorealistic stuff, and be able to play with other people and talk to other people around the world. Doing good, busy like madman, no time to stream. Sorry to hear that, Raz. I always sorely missed when you're not streaming. I hope that you get back soon. Always a pleasure to drop by when I can when you're streaming. A gentleman from, I think I already did a shout out, let's do one more. Raz Wasabi, another gentleman who lives down in the Caribbean. Passion for airplanes, passion for food. He's a cook. And what a wonderful place to meet in the air here, in the digital skies, connected through hyperspace, through all the TCP, HTTP, UDP protocols that make the internet happen. Most of it goes over my head, but I used to do a bit of web development, so I have an appreciation for this communications medium. And via video games, I think, you know, they're like, you know, instead of going to the bar, or instead of going to, I don't know, the church, if you go to church or the community center, when you have the distance between you in IRL, in real life, you get these digital rooms. And why not, instead of meeting in just a Zoom room, why not meet in the sky, or, you know, on the ground, whatever digital video game lobby you choose. Blue Zebra says, my internet wasn't good enough to play the game until I got Starlink. Oh man, you have Starlink? Are you out in the countryside somewhere? Was unemployed for 6 months during the pandemic and really wish I had flight sim during that time. I hear you, man. This was gold for me for this game to come out in the end of 2020. There, it was like, wow, this is so nice. And you know, I just flew over my brother's place in Rio that I haven't seen for more than a couple of years now. Everything's locked down. I was gonna go, everything got canceled, and but Starlink, you know, there's the Elon Musk company too, right? Gives a very fast satellite access to people in who are in rural areas or remote areas who don't have good internet. I think that's going to be revolutionary based on the beta testers, at least in the north of the United States. I've seen that people are like raving about it. It's like, wow, it's like you got like broadband all of a sudden. And the upload speed is pretty good too. It's not just the download speed apparently. I'm going to finish my iced coffee here. Hey man, my pleasure. And by the way, the music we were listening to, I want to give a shout out to this as well. This is by this gentleman called Giorgio Di Campo, okay? And he has this royalty-free music, okay, by Giorgio Di Campo. He has YouTube channels, and there it is. Go check out if you want. I love bossa nova. I'm originally from Brazil. It's a music that gives me the saudade do Brasil. That gives me the, you know, that melancholic longing for Brazil, and it's just a wonderful wonderful selection of bossa nova music that you can play as long as you give them the credit, you know, and you can also license if you want to not have to give credit. But one of the channels that I listen to, that I transmit here through hyperspace to you. You got ESPN 74 out there too. Let's check out ESPN 74. Is ESPN 74 a streamer? I'll just give a shout out anyway because he's here in front of my on the screen. All right. Even if you're not a streamer, it's nice to give some shout outs to have appreciation here. I live in the end of a country road, so no incentive for the companies to install here. Starlink works okay. It's not amazing, but it's... Oh, 1-2 boss! Look at this, an applause for the sky here, ladies and gentlemen. We've broken out. Oh, and look at this. We've broken out of the weather here. Wow, look at that. What a surprise here. This is why this is a wonderful piece of art, this video game. It's not a video game, it's a work of art, this video game. Because look at this. What? Look at that. We were in there. We're out of that, and now we're out here. Just wonderful. I didn't even think I was going to see the sun again. I thought I was going to have to land well, maybe I'll still have to land under the clouds, but look at that. Starlink works okay. It's not amazing, but it's literally a game changer for video games. Being able to download them. Oh, okay, yeah, because, you know, the updates for these games are crazy, right? They're like... Yeah, it's, you know, it's an update, 10 gigabytes, 20 gigabytes. It's crazy. Wanna jump? Thanks, Elias. Wow, beautiful, beautiful moment here, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's try to get away from the airplane. The sound of this airplane is going to be updated in about a month. They got a sound engineer to implement the Wise. Get away from the airplane here to give a sense of the scale. Okay. They're going to implement the Wise sound system, so we're going to have better directional audio. We're going to have the switches working, and that's coming apparently in a month's time. I just the developer of Black Box Simulations just notified that in the Microsoft Flight Simulator forums yesterday. A little bit of Tom Jobim there. Dun, 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 dun. Wonderful. And I like that it has the sound of the wind too, like whoosh. Have to get far from the airplane for those big Lycoming engines to not be so loud. And then we can do like a sort of zoom in lens from far away to compress the perspective and give this sort of cinematic look. A little bit of lens flare is always nice. But let's just leave it over here. And there is land, ladies and gentlemen. We are approaching, I think it's Baja Island, I think it's called. Let's alt tab quickly to oh, we don't need to alt tab, we can just go to Neopad, one of the latest additions to Neofly, and see where we are. And click this little button for satellite view. Oh, that is the satellite view, I think. And I'm curious where this... Okay, no, that was that place. Okay, now this is not in the flight plan. Now I'm just doing I'm just going like I just set a course. I'm curious if Baja Island will be where it is in the real world because it looked a little different. Thanks so much, Shifa. Thank you so much, sir. You're a boss. Kilo Zebra says we were listening. Man, you're a boss. Thank you kindly, sir. And it keeps coming in. Sheepa's got a hole in his pocket. What's going on here? Check your pocket, Sheepa. And it just learned a 1K bits badge and applause for Sheepa here, ladies and gentlemen, one of the oldest friends of this stream. I met him in game in Elite Dangerous, just ran into him somewhere, I think. And Galaxia Cat, another awesome person, a person close to Sheepa over in the Netherlands, another original original OG, friend of the stream here. Wow. Let's go, one bucks! One jump for free. We could do a little guitar even while we're flying. The music is too good for me. I'm not gonna try to play along to this bossa nova composition here. But if we play some blues a little later, maybe after the landing. Okay, I am curious where this thing is gonna take me, because I set a course to EGPR, okay? That's the Baja Beach, but when I looked at it on the Wikipedia page, it looked like it was in a different place than where it's supposed to be in the real world. So I'm curious about that, because it's in a beach apparently, and you can land when the tide is down, is low. If the tide is up, you can't land. So I'm gonna turn off autopilot, and we're just gonna, now that the weather is good, disengage this autopilot, and we're just gonna watch out for the yellow there. Just watch out for the airspeed. I'm gonna put the throttle all the way back, and I'm gonna head towards where ESPN 74 is over there. Maybe he's waiting for us at Baja Beach. Because I think if you look at this little map here, okay, I think it's over here. It's over this little, I think that's where it is. So let's try. I needed that golden one behind my name, collector's item. Awesome. I'm brand new to this Twitch stuff. Not brand new now, I know a little bit more about it, but it's still, you know, all the emotes and all the badges and stuff. I am an amateur. Go to the magenta line, that's a good idea. I'm just gonna, I have a feeling that ESPN 74 is in our direction, so I'm just, and I see a bit of land there, so let's just head over there. Thanks so much, YT Mystical. Thanks for being here. Good luck learning to fly Neofly. If you have questions, feel free to message me. All right, I'll be very happy to help out. That goes to everyone here. If you have any. Whoa! Oh my god. Oh my god. Galaxia Cat coming in, gifting 1 tier sub, 2 tier sub, 5 tier sub, 2 YT Misco, 2 Desolunic, 2 Foxy Ginger Pants, 2 Roswell's Happy, to Grantiger, Galaxia Cat. You are a boss. Thank you so much for this awesome gift here. Let me turn off Drakkar. Thank you so much, Galaxia Cat. The subscriptions are what keep the stream going, ladies and gentlemen. I'm finding it hard to believe that this is happening. I you know, that's the crazy thing. It's like you're alone. All of a sudden, a bunch of people arrive and they start throwing subs. They start throwing a bunch of stuff all over the place. Thanks so much, Galaxia Cat. Whoa. Galaxia Cat is an awesome lady, an awesome boss from the Netherlands. We've played video game together a couple of times, Valheim I think, and oh, Foxy Ginger Pants. So awesome. Thanks so much for this gift. Galaxia Cat is now, I don't know, she's probably the boss of the gifters now. I have to add that to the stream labels. I haven't put that there. I was figuring out how to do this. I'm using Stream Elements for this. But yeah, I played Red Dead Redemption 2. I met Galaxia Cat in that world, and I played Valheim early on when I had started streaming, not too far from that time. And oh, look at that Oh, I was gonna say, look, it's a lighthouse, but no, it's just the tail of the BN-2 Islander. Okay. And always a pleasure. Galaxia Cat is the gift boss. Sheep was the bit boss. I'm gonna make sure that both of those appear. And maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I'll call them bosses, right? I'll call it bit boss and gift boss. Thanks for the idea for that label, Sheepa. And thanks so much, Galaxia. 1-2 boss. Iceberg is the Bob Ross. Hey, Bob Ross, for people who don't know, is I had to look this up, and I was like, what's this cool story Bob thing? And it was like a character here in United States television that teaches you how to paint. He has this big like hair, you know, it's kind of like Kramer from Seinfeld, and he just talks about little creatures and nature, and it's just a wonderful television show from I think the 70s or something, maybe 80s, I don't remember, where he teaches you to paint. And he talks while he's painting. So he was maybe one of the earliest streamers, you know. He was, or at least an earlier streamer than now. There he is. Pixel Bob, fantastico. I didn't even know about that emote here. Let me go and do that. I want Bob to appear here on the stream. Go. Oh, wait a minute. Go, 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 Pixel Bob, go. Did that work? Stand by. Pixel Bob. Go. Oh, it's not appearing for me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I spammed it too much. Bonanza Hoss. Iceberg, you're the chief engineer here. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't probably be playing this game still with these long flights, autopilot and stuff. And there he is. Oh, look at that one. That one is like a cool story, Bob. Can I do one like that? Oh, I don't have to put that thing. Okay. Pixel Bob. Cool story. Bob. Oh, alright, I'll focus on the flying, okay? And here we are, we're approaching ESPN 74 for this Baja landing, I believe. I think this is where it is. Let's take a look at, over here. Yep, that's where we are. And look at that. Look at that, look at that. How's that for a runway? A beach. Okay, sensitive. Thanks, Wild Craze. I'll try it after I land here. If you want to participate, I think let me check if STK bot is still activated here. It is. If you want to participate in the landing rate leaderboard here, there will be prizes eventually. I haven't set them up yet because I'm having some trouble setting up a merch store with Stream Elements. I might have to use something else for that, but there will be prizes early next month. I'll commit to that. Alright, and that's going to be a monthly thing. So, thanks so much, Wild Craze, for the case-sensitive notice. Iceberg is saying maybe there lives a little BN-2 Islander and he has a few little happy clouds. Alright, thanks for the prediction. Iceberg for all coming over negative 56.65. It's been a good flight. It's been a long flight. Got an ESPN down there. Someone else here on the chat. I'm going to do a flyby, see if I spot a landing... a windsock. If I don't, I think there's plenty of space. This airplane can land it has this big flaps in the back, this big wings up top. It can land pretty much anywhere, this airplane. And those sturdy landing gears that are not retractable. Okay, everything is fine here. Let's turn on the auxiliary fuel pumps for both port engine and starboard engine. Let's put the flaps down all the way to the landing. Let's trim the tendency for the nose up attitude for when you put the flaps down. And let's take a look to see if we can spot a windsock. Thanks for the prediction, Wild Craze, coming in of a negative 199.99. Galaxia Cat has negative 74.65 here. Thank you for the prediction, Galaxia Cat. That's all right. That's just it's how fast I'm gonna touch down. So if you get the winning guess, you get to put on the leaderboard there, and I link to either a website or your Twitch account, whatever you prefer. All right. I'm just gonna go in for the land. I'm not gonna worry about the wind for this one because there's plenty of space, I think. Look out for the magic 54 knots. Copy that. All right. 64 knots is the magic one in this aeroplane. 64, 65. That little blue mark right there, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a flight. I cannot believe. I'm not going to jinx myself and say it's not over yet. Okay, I have to stick this landing over here. Oh, no worries. Hey, I'm the one who's sorry about all my confusion, and you have the patience to help me, Iceberg. I'm the one who gets confused. Alright. We've got the energy, we've got the power here, brought to us by the Flying Fabio. A big raid, a record-setting raid here for me in my life. I've never been raided. Hardass 1, thanks for follow. 1-2 boss. I appreciate it. Here we come. I'm gonna try to land and taxi up to ESPN 74. Look at these pretty little houses here, very nice. Look at those big flaps, it kind of reminds me a bit of... Whoa! Okay, somewhat of a loud motorcycle here coming in New York City. Outside the window when the weather gets hot, open the windows. We don't have AC, we're not huge fans of AC, and the electricity bill, you know, will go through the roof. So we generally have fans and we have to keep the window open. Hopefully my mic filters will take care of the sound. Plenty of space here. Landing at the beach. Perhaps the only airport with an ICAO code in the world. That's a beach. Thanks, Sheepa, for the negative 150. Where's the wind coming from, Mr. Pilot Hero? I have no idea because I... Oh, here it is. Here we go. Here it is. This is good. The wind is coming. We're going into the wind. Galaxia Cat! An applause, ladies and gentlemen. With the win here. It was a negative 86 feet per minute. Wow. Wow. Galaxia Cat coming in style here. Being rewarded for all those gifts of subscriptions and winning. The gods have smiled upon you. And look at that. We have ESPN 72 BN-2 Islander with British Airways livery here. A wonderful, wonderful aeroplane. Let's just park it right here. Let's put on the parking brake. Let's go to the outside view momentarily. No profit, but not showing it. Beginner's luck. I'm gonna turn off my engines right now to give us a little bit of silence here. Stand by. You can just cut off the fuel for the port engine and then for the starboard, and that should do it. Fantastic. And now let's pause track IR for a second. Let's go for the outside view. Oh, I forgot the other engine. Did I not turn that one off? I put it. I pointed it to the port one by mistake. There you go. That should do it. And thanks so much for waiting for me here, ESPN 74. Very much appreciated. Let me see. Let me get my camera working here so I can give you a good view while I'm going to. If anybody wants to guide a raid, now is the time to do it. It would be my wonderful pleasure to take this raid to someone else, or we could do one more flight. Oh, also to switch off the AGPO. Okay, copy. Yeah, I'm gonna turn everything off. Don't worry, Icebird. And I know that. Stand by. I have to turn off with Icebird in the house, ladies and gentlemen. You have to treat your airplanes nicely, okay? All right. I want to leave the lights on. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn off the generators for the. Oh, and I had forgotten to turn those on. Okay, thankfully there wasn't an issue with the airplane. But I want to leave the battery on because I can turn off the avionics, but I want to, I'm going to put continue. I want to stay with these wonderful strobe lights here. Guide the raid, Dado Papa LP, copy that, Icebird. Let's do that because it's coming time for my walk here, but I really want to thank all of you for dropping by. Special thanks to the Flying Fabio for the rank, for the raid, for Galaxia Cat, and for Sheepa for all those subscription gifts. And I'm going to make sure that I go and see all of your places and all your channels if you're a streamer and give you the follow. And right now, let's go and run the credits here. Okay, I have the subscribers are gonna have to be updated because right now I could do it right now probably, but they'll be updated. I'll have to update them for the next stream because Galaxy came here and gave 5, you know. So let's go to the raid. Coffee house, okay. Daddy Lapa was Icebird came in of that one first, but I'm gonna make a note of that, Grant Gamartin, and the next time I go to Coffee House, if that's all right with you, okay? Let's go for Icebird suggesting Dado Papa LP. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. 1-2 boss. I wish you a wonderful rest of your Tuesday and a wonderful Wednesday. It's a good day today, and tomorrow's gonna be even better. And I hope to see you again soon. I'm gonna be coming visiting your places, all right? Raiding now this Hypertexthero out of hyperspace. Peace out.